So how was your day, P?
Oh, it's pretty good. I had some calls overnight that got wiped out, but played some puts off some triggers and came out okay.
I got I said it like I think I said it April maybe the month before April March. I got to learn to play puts, and I caught
Yeah.
myself saying that again today. Um, it seemed like the only way to go, really.
Uh, yeah. I mean, gold had a decent little pop, but other than that, yeah, it was just a
The few
disaster.
psychological levels that I tried to play really didn't do much. I don't know if you read in chat, but I got destroyed on GGPI.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I got crushed. I had just bought another 1,000 shares probably like 3 days ago. So
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah, so I was I trusted the level, and I woke up and it was down entirely too much. So I got out of it. Um, but it was a pretty. I don't feel as bad as Clove, but it was a pretty big hit. It took out most of my week. Um,
Yeah.
so I guess back to not holding things.
Right. Right.
um, Wanted to ask you about oil. It kind of had a weird day. I don't know if you. I'm sure you watch it more than I do, but I've been watching certain commodities more: oil, and gold, natural gas being top three here. It
Yeah.
it had a big break to the downside, but it closed up on the day. The stocks didn't follow that trend.
Right. Yeah. I definitely think they might tomorrow, depending on what we see overnight. Um, Flow looks pretty strong on a lot of the ones I watch, Devon and Oxy. So yeah, I that would probably be my most optimistic sector. But it's tough because it just flow is kind of an intraday thing. Lately, it's not really carrying over quite as much. I mean, I think like some of the longer term trends and targets, I think are gonna hold up. There's just so much volatility, and well, for example, I was kind of short term bullish on Tesla, Amazon, longer term bearish, and they just got smacked today a little earlier than I thought they would. But yeah, that's kind of where I am on those. I did have a lot of buyers on rig end today. I mentioned that those November calls on it. Um, 2.1 million bullish premium on 1118 5C. So that's kind of promising.
Yeah, I don't know where I seen something, and I was like, I gotta have them check the flow to see if that lines up. And it sounds kind of like it does. Like hopefully we'll get a higher low here next week. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
we're still on that overall trend line that we did in March. It's so crazy to me um,
right.
that it's still kind of even though it's had super highs off of that, we're still kind of there. Um, what was the other one? There was another sector I was. Oh, so we were both kind of on the same page that the more of the rate increase, the better off we would be today. Um, Completely. Well, first of all, I'm right about that, right? You were kind of seeing it that way too, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I was completely off. Like I couldn't have been more wrong. Um,
Right.
but
Yeah.
instead of just like wallowing that, what do you think happened? Like why were we wrong?
Well, I don't, I don't know. I mean, I thought that the actual results of it later would be bearish, but I thought we'd at least get a couple days
Yeah.
of a rally off of it, and that um, before it dropped. But yeah, I mean, I guess just it sort of followed the same exact pattern as the last rate hike, where it rallied and then just completely sold off the next day. Um, I'm not sure. I mean, it's I don't know. I was just dead wrong.
Yeah.
I
The only
don't
thing
know.
that why I was asking is the only thing I came up with is that like, and it kind of fits that same like the cycle thing as well. Like it happened last time, but like, you're just your regular guy that is working, the 9 to 5 that doesn't really pay attention. Um, they got that news of the rate hike and they went and checked their portfolio. It was already down, and they said, "I've had enough of it," and that's who was selling today. Um, just like
Yeah,
your regular person that's like, all right, I'm protecting this. I'm gonna protect this now. And cash just it's just another blow, and it seems like cash to them might be better than just hanging out longer. Um, which kind of, if that's true, that troubles me because we're gonna get the same rate hike next month, I believe. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. No, I think so.
Um, so when does that selling stop? It's, I guess, kind of important. For me, I'd always just look at like what holds. I know you're kind of the same way, too. But it was, for me, it was gold and silver today. It was the only thing that really hung out, um,
Yeah,
and it really didn't go up. It literally just maintained, or it had a U-turn day. That was the best case scenario out there, that I seen. So, um,
I kind of took note of that. I looked at some of the tech that had up until this point had gotten the worst of it on a bad day, like Shop, and then Shop dropped like 7% or something, and so it's definitely getting kind of tight. It's sort of getting to that bottom where there just isn't just much left to fall. Like the
like
like crypto stuff.
shop ain't breaking 300 is what it looks like. Like you're
Yeah,
saying. I
yeah,
mean, that's just
exactly.
kind of like where we're stopping. Like you can put it to 300, but we're not going any lower.
Yeah, exactly. And like even like Mara and Riot are kind of slowing down the selling, 4%, 6%. So, on these during this whole crypto collapse, I mean, those had just been just every day just getting destroyed, and it kind of slowed down a bit. Coin at 50 is being respected so far. So, those are some of the things I notice. Yeah, like Coin dropped or bounced off 50, a little above 54 times today.
So Coin, Riot, and Mara, the three you just mentioned, are
Hmm.
all up on the week.
Yeah,
I mean, just for big picture of what you're saying, like that, it lines perfectly up. They've went through a hellish week here. Bitcoin's not good. The economy's not good. Nothing is good for these guys in their favor, and they're up on the week. I mean, nothing major, but it's a green candle on the weekly.
yeah, yeah. So I mean that if when you're planning and like when I'm looking at levels and looking for something on the upside, I mean
Yes.
that's kind of where it is. The worst of days, what just survives a little, and that's kind of where what you want to see, because when we do actually get a rally and get some momentum, there's a lot more room to the upside than the downside, and it helps manage risk. It makes for safer trades.
Yeah, the managing risk, I think that's the way to research risk management. Like if you want to DD stuff from a risk angle, that's it. Is finding stuff that holds on bad days, or some a consistent level that just won't fail, and then trade off of that. Um,
Yeah,
and I think that works in both of our, like that works great on the options, and it works great on the share side. So I mean that's pretty much a universal, um,
hey,
strategy.
I'm just wanting to see if my trading view has got a misprint or something. Can you look at X real quick?
No, it went up. They reported.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Then it was good too. They reported real good, and that was the other one I wanted to talk to. That was it. That was the one.
yeah.
Um,
It's yeah. X just won't. it won't fall below 19. That's the one that um, has kind of one of my lines on it. So so good. That's promising. It kind of took back a lot of the losses from today.
Yeah, they beat both top and bottom. Um, I haven't read the guidance part of it yet, but I think that going forward will be a thing where the people and I said it I think I said it Sunday. The people that actually produce a product that is needed. Yeah, I mean, and steel is steel. I'm not talking like TVs or cars or anything like that. Like
Right.
hard goods. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna do better in this environment than anything else because it will start with them. Tesla has to order, all the battery materials first, and Ford has to order all the steel first before they start making cars and all the aluminum and whatnot. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that will be the safer place to swim in this environment. Um, and I think they're gonna be first to report good numbers, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And I've been talking about aluminum,
Yeah,
and it's pretty much in futures kind of pulling back to that level where I'm looking for it to turn around. And AA today down 3%, really nothing, just a little bit under 50. That's a pretty good spot for it. So yeah, those and I mean, if when all this the big sell off kind of started back in November, I mean, I was pretty much in basic materials for most of my trades. I wasn't playing the downside at that point, and and those were really the safest ones. Of course, oil had the most upside when it started its run back then, but yeah, so I expect basic materials to be a really strong sector coming up.
yeah. No, you were talking oil, gold, chemicals, everything at Christmas. Like you were deep in it, like
Yeah, yeah,
deep in it. Yeah. After like those couple, I think right around the 1st of November, like because Roblox was kind of middle of the month of November, and then
yeah.
I forgot what happened at like right at the first of the month in December, and yeah, you just totally switched. Like it was
Yeah,
different.
I was just like, I was like, I'm out of tech. I'm not doing tech for a while, and so yeah, that was my whole focus.
It was weird because the environment we were in were three guys calling tech, and
Right. Yeah.
one just totally went to the fucking left.
Yep.
and
Yep.
and in retrospect, it was um, perfect timing. I'll say it that way. Not only right, but the timing was absolutely perfect. I wish I would have known you a little bit earlier, like a year earlier, because I would have trusted your shit and been rich right now. Because your
Check
oil,
uh check check out Roku,
yeah, that
Walmart.
that Roku hit my scanner, my after hour scanner while I was waiting. I didn't see the news though.
Walmart, Roku form partnership to allow e-shopping checkout via TV.
They already got a partnership. Roku has half their fucking aisles filled with their TVs
Yeah.
because nobody wants
Well,
them.
I guess that sort of explains why they didn't really sell off that much today. Interesting.
Yeah, Roku traded sideways today. They
Yeah.
got a big pop yesterday. That's interesting. So I'm. What do you got on Outlook? I think tomorrow's gonna be trash. We have a 3-day weekend, right?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
the hell? No, I would not. I'm gonna say it and I'll post it in the room. I wouldn't be holding nothing over the weekend, um, unless it is
No.
a downside lotto. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. I mean, and then real small, right? Just to get your week started good. Buy something you trust. Um, but I see tomorrow being almost like today, with just low volume, stuff maintaining or getting a haircut. Um, and then next week, I think it's just that mixed bag again, right? Like the stuff that shouldn't have got beat up is going to come back up, and the other stuff is just going to figure out how much of that cut really was deserved and kind of
Yeah.
figure out a new channel or whatnot. Not really be tradable, um, unless it took a big cut. And I haven't seen anything take really like a huge cut besides real estate.
Yeah, and I've just been all week just saying that just stay away from real estate. It's not it doesn't catch any of the rally, and then it just keeps selling off. I mean, to see open under $5 is just
I was I was
that's crazy.
just gonna say I haven't. I think 2 weeks ago I pulled Z off the list, off the hot list because it was on there, like regularly, and I haven't looked at it, and I just pulled the chart. It's $28.
Yeah, and
Wow.
OPAD was one I had on there and took off, but I mean it just
OPAD was around 5, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, same thing. Wow.
yeah. Open just fell. Those May lows was something I was watching all week, and it just crashed right below those.
When those go, you're in trouble. Like
Yeah,
you are in. Anyone trying to play the bounce, I would not play a bounce off a Melo. I would just look what it did out of a Melo, try to find a confirmation spot, and then repeat the move. I wouldn't be trying to catch it off a bounce off a Melo at this point. I really wouldn't.
yeah. I mean I was trading net almost every day, but once it lost that May low, I just haven't been back in it, and it fell from 50. Now it's at 39.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, those May most of those May lows, I think what people, and you can put a line on a chart and act like it's good, but those May lows were 2 or 3 days, and they were real quick touches. There's not support there. There's
Yeah,
there's not really support there. It was just a level where most investors, whether it's retail or the institutions, said this is enough for now. Um, there's really no support. You're kind of on the underside of support in anything that hits a Melo. Net's
yeah,
55 is what I got on net. If when it's below 55, it's going to have trouble. When it gets above 55, there you could start looking at historical ranges to test. Um,
yeah. And you just I'm just not interested in trying to trade it up to 55. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like I'm not,
yeah,
I because you can say, oh wow, that'd be a great gain from 39 to 55, but um, it could go to 35, it could go to 34, 30. I mean, you just don't even know. So it's just not the right environment for that stock.
yeah. You just have nothing. If you do get caught on the underside, it could just start creating the lower highs, and you're never coming back until
Yeah,
something changes. And without having a true level, that's why I stress so much like buy around support, because you'll get a natural bounce off of that and at least be able to get out of your entry, if you just buy around that target. And then when it fails, you'll know. It'll be real clear.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a shitty entry.
right.
um, so I'm pretty much, kind of want to go on record like crypto stocks, um, real estate, not the best for ROI, risk reward right now. They're just not. Um, Crypto stocks might be closer to an actual bottom, but without a catalyst, you're literally playing like these little micro rallies, as you call them. They're just going to be kind of like dead cat bounces almost. You seeing
Yeah,
that the same? Are you seeing
yeah,
that the same way in those two?
yeah, yeah. I am. I mean, I think like something like coin, if you're playing weekly options and you get that bounce off 50. I mean, you can scalp that, um, and I do, but it's not something where I would load some kind of full position like I do in like Cenex or X or something like that. So yeah, I'm completely with you on that.
Coin still does have range. Jesus, that's a $6 candle. That's a $10 candle. Wow. Um, what you have any safe sectors that I'm not thinking of? Like,
Well, I mean, in consumer defensive, I think you are going to start to see those react as they do, like under like if we get like kind of normal conditions, like Coke and Pepsi, um, Walmart, like those. I think can give you some safe plays, and then in the smaller caps and consumer defensive, there are going to be some opportunities there. Stocks like yeah, like Ollie. I do like Ollie a lot. Yeah,
That's had a good week.
yeah, it has, and looks like it's like 65 is definitely something that could get to in July. Might cool down a bit, but yeah. So there's some definitely some safety there. Industrials, I'm kind of staying away from airlines right now. I like some of the longer term flow on them, but I definitely think there's some more downside. I think you could see defense stocks start to turn around from here, like RTX is one that could definitely hit an uptrend back towards 95 or so.
Yeah, I see. I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Stay away from the airlines and stuff. Um, I like defensive, but I don't really have too many on that list. They're just
No,
harder to trade on the
it's
share
not
side.
share side. Coke is not. I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to be Warren Buffett and hold it for 20 years, it's a good long term play. But yeah, so you can do options on Coke, you can do options on Pepsi, but and then it's tough. Consumer defensive is tough on the small caps because most of the small caps in consumer defensive are kind of risk on plays. So
yeah.
it's a little harder to find those mid caps on the share side for that. So yeah, um, I think I do think that when we do get any kind of rally, there are some financial services stocks to consider that have kind of fallen way back and will rally pretty hard. So like PayPal and
Yeah.
um, Upstart definitely you could see a decent move on those. I on the option side do like Bank of America when we get any kind of recovery. They tend to do pretty well. Like today, Bank of America down 0.62%. Um, 30 is kind of the floor on that. I don't think we'll probably get there. Um, Probably more like 32, but you could play that to 35 on a longer swing, probably to 40 by late summer.
If anything bounces back, I think that's what does tomorrow. Financials, like they'll be first to bounce back. I think. Um,
Yes,
especially like
yeah, I agree.
this Bank of America chart is like complete overreaction today. Um, just the way it gapped down. I have 35 on there from whenever you made me chart it before. We had 35 to 43
Yeah,
as the channel, and it just fell out of it. Very interesting. Um, I'll be personally. I'm gonna. I mean, it's just where the money's at right now. But these crappy pennies, man, they're pushing them, and it's been like 3 weeks, and it's working. Um, it's kept me afloat. I've been trying to put the one or two best ones out every day, but I think that's where we're gonna eat maybe for the next couple weeks on the share side. Um, because
yeah. No,
what they've done with like Redbox, AERC, um, they've held those up for like a month, and that's good to see. Like there's obviously still young money out there. That's what I call it, trying to make money, which creates
yeah,
volatility. So I mean, I'm standing there like mowing today was real easy. I don't know if you guys seen all that coming, but it didn't go far, but it was real easy. And then HU or HYMC kind of followed, but um, they're not the hugest moves, but they're enough to keep the lights on for me. Um, and they're safer because I can trust levels. So probably bring a little more of those into the works. And then I'm still in like the again the products that people need, like your steels, your gold, your aluminum, your cobalts, your just anything that's a commodity, or chemicals, plastics, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting some, kind of extra focus there. You'll definitely see cold be active, especially if we get a nice recovery in natural gas and cold falls back down. I don't know that we'll get sub 20 anytime soon, but
No.
definitely like cold off of well, and yeah, an option side like 22 or so, um, 20 to 22. That's a good spot if cold falls back down there.
I like that one a lot. I just haven't figured out exactly how it reacts, but boy, does it react. um,
Yes, yeah,
and from here, I think like pretty much no matter what, you're going to be in an uptrend. Um, I like that. I like that 20, 21, 20. I like the 2050 just because we said don't buy it there. So now I can say buy it there, but 21, 20, yeah, 22. I think that's the best you're going to get. Just have to be mindful that you're selling at
yeah,
20,
and
25 to
and
28.
uh, communication services will have some pretty safe plays. VZ,
Yeah.
T-Mobile, AT&T. They're a little oversold right now.
Yeah, and that's one of the last things like people turn off. People ain't turning off their cell phone, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just not a thing. Yeah, T-Mobile, man, that thing rotates around this 130 real well. Yeah, so that's $5-6 oversold. VZ looked better. That came up a while ago in Colab.
yeah.
Not quite to May lows. Your May there was 45, 48 now.
Yep.
I like that. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the best advice. Kind of tread cautiously until we turn it around here. Um, do you see this as overreaction?
No,
Okay, okay,
I don't.
okay.
I think yeah, I think the scenario in the indices like QQQ to 250 kind of situation. I think that there are definitely there's an overreaction in some stocks, but there's a lot of momentum to bring these down further. So that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, and that for me, this is the overall thesis that I had like 2 months ago that we're going to be sideways for 6 to 18 months, and
Mm-hmm.
until we get good news, the only real direction will be down. How far down is unpredictable. All that still lines up with where we are right now. I think the catalyst I put was um, the war in Ukraine stopping, COVID getting under control, and inflation getting under control. And none of those things have happened. Um, we also have a lot more political tension with this January 6th stuff currently going on. We're going into midterms. Um, so we need something. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be the best news we're going to get is going to come from the feds, and it's just not going to come anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, they a few weeks ago said they weren't even considering the 75 basis points, and just went for it, and they'll probably do it again. So
Yeah, exactly. Did you see the Sweden news? I think it was Sweden. Was it Sweden?
no, I didn't.
They raised their interest rate first time since 2007. It was like a half, and I didn't see it till late in the day, but I'm not, and you know, I don't understand really how that affects our market, but I know it can't be good. I mean, it's not a good thing if another country does that, especially someone that's looked as like a World Bank kind of sort of. Um,
Right, right.
so yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. It's about all I got. I'm just real adamant. Like, be careful. Know what you're trading. Take your profit in and out of things here. At least tomorrow. Um,
Yeah.
and then we'll put together our list for Sunday and whatnot, and hopefully just have some safer places, some stuff that just overreacted, and yeah, yeah. That's I'm
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for. I'm going to trim quite a bit of the hot list and sort of recalibrate it and
good time.
re a bit. I think it's a good time to do it. Um, just get us focused on kind of the best of the best in this environment.
Yeah, and then still, again, we're what 4 months in here, maybe 3 4 months.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um, I don't expect us to have a perfected system that we're going to stick to. I mean, maybe not until the year mark. And the market will
right.
kind of dictate that too. I mean, we're going to have a different system in a euphoric market than we do in a bear market. It's just kind of how it is. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, whatever you want to do, you know me. It works. We usually bring quality no matter what. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know I think it's a little too big in general, but
yes, yeah,
I can't complain when they're all good plays. Like I can't. It's just not. They're good plays. We've never had one that was like, why did we put that on the hot list? Um,
right.
so and actually we have the problem of the other way. When we take it off the hot list, it runs. So
Yes,
um, could be a good week next week.
yeah.
All right, people, have a good night. You need anything, throw it in collabs. I'll do the same. But yeah, everyone, once again, tread real light tomorrow. Know what you're trading. If not, it's a real good day to take off. I know that's
Yeah,
more of my side. P normally doesn't say that. He likes to trade every day. But I think
yeah,
this time he'll actually agree with me. If you're going to take a day off, tomorrow might be a good day for
yeah. No, I completely agree.
it.
Yep.
All right, thank you
All
as
right.
always, and have a good night.
Yep. All right. Take care.
Yes, sir.